CC environment can be found under the perspective category, and what this effect allows you to do is make 3D environments that react to 3D cameras in After Effects from environment maps. So I have this HDR spherical map image from polyhaven.com that's made up of a bunch of different images to form a spherical environment map, and it loops around seamlessly. But right now, it's just a flat 2D image and looks a little distorted. The way that we use CC environment is actually on a solid layer. So I'm gonna go up to Layer, New, Solid, and I'll call this Environment, and make sure it's my comp size and click OK. Then I'll grab the CC environment effect and apply it to that solid. And underneath the controls, the first option is choosing the environment source. So I'm going to choose the HDR image as that source. And nothing actually changes because this effect requires a 3D camera in order to display anything. So I'm gonna go up to Layer, New, Camera, and I'll just make a 35mm default camera and click OK. And now it has updated. So if I turn this layer off, you can see that it is separate from the background HDR. So I'm just gonna shut the visibility of that HDR off and then switch to my camera orbit tool by pressing C on the keyboard and then click and drag to show that now I can look around this environment as if my camera is actually there moving around in a sphere. And if I go to that solid and look at the controls, we have a few more options. Now this environment map that I'm using is a spherical environment map, but we also have the ability to change this to a probe or a vertical cross image map if that's what you have. I'll leave mine at spherical. The next option is horizontal pan. So let me undo back to where the camera was at its defaults, and then just show you that I can spin this environment around using the horizontal pan control. So you can kind of set this as your default orientation. Next is filter environment, which if I zoom in nice and close and check that, it's just a quality checkbox basically, and is supposed to give you a little bit higher quality of an image. Finally, we have the lens distortion, and this is basically a zoom or the focal length of the camera. Now, this is in addition to the focal length that we have in our actual camera. So if I go into the camera options and change my zoom, that's also going to be reflected in CC environment. But the lens distortion property is going to allow us to just zoom in and out directly in the effect. So let's say I wanted to have this as my spherical environment and then I put in some text. I'll just type out some text and I'll make this a 3D layer, clicking on the 3D switch and moving it around the center, and let's just put an outline around it so that we can see it nice and clearly. Just put a black stroke around it and make it a little bit thicker. I'll switch back to my orbit tool again by pressing C and then click and drag around to show you this is existing in 3D space. I could push this further back and it's going to look like that text is further back in my scene. And it works really well. So this is how you can create a virtual environment in After Effects. But another thing that you can do with this CC environment is really crank up the lens distortion, because the further out you go, the crazier it's going to get. Now the maximum is 1000, but we get this really crazy distorted looking view. And if I rotate my camera around so that the ground is in the center of the frame and then maybe back up this lens distortion a little bit, this kind of looks like one of those photospheres where you kind of get that tiny world effect. So if you had footage shot in this spherical way on a 360 cam maybe, you could actually animate this lens distortion and do all kinds of crazy transitions from kind of standard looking field of view to zooming out into this crazy tiny world view. And even rotate this around to get some very weird distortions. It's a pretty fun effect and can produce some really cool results. But that's all there is to CC environment. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial, then check out the other ones here on my YouTube channel. And if you like my teaching style, then definitely check out my longer form content on Skillshare and School of Motion. And if you want to support more tutorials like this one, check out my Patreon. You can find links for all of that stuff in the description of this video.